Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan with another hot take. Floofy Joan is here. Floofy Joan with a new haircut. Your haircut nice? Oh, you squirm so much. You squirm so much for the groomer. But she got it done. She got it done. Your face is still a little dirty, but your hair looks good. Your hair looks good. You feel good? You feel good, doggy? Yes, you do. You feel good. All right, let's get into the news. Don't forget to smash like and subscribe. Check out my books, etc., etc. And BitChute and Rumble. Always an option. Here, you want to come over here? Come over here. I'll pet you. How's that? I'll pet your tongue. We'll do the news, Joan. You ready? You fluff ball. CBS refuses to show immigrants of migrant facilities for children. Wonder why. I mean, don't they have enough rainbow flags and Black Lives Matter signs to post on the sides of these things? This is what Ocasio-Cortez called, I don't even know if I can say it, where the bad guys from World War II kept people, that place. She called them those. This is recent. She writes, she tweets, "This is not okay, never has been okay, never will be okay, no matter the administration or party." Washington Post posting, "First migrant facility for children opens up under Biden." Oh! What's the difference, Joe? What's the difference? Who built the cages, Joe? Who built the cages? I think we all know. John Brennan hit a new low on MSNBC, the appropriate place to do that. Says he's ashamed to be a white male. I'm ashamed that you are a white male, John Brennan. I'm ashamed that you're in the same category as me because you lied under oath and really ought to be investigated, in my opinion. But you won't be. You won't be. Hiding Biden, according to the National File. Psaki says Biden still has no plans to hold a press conference while in office. Isn't that weird? Where's Joe? Is he in the basement again? Do I have to do another sketch? Come on, man! Come on out of the basement, Joe. Don't know why you're not meeting with people. Oh, I could speculate that you've lost your damn mind because you're too old. And the medication that you've been taking is barely keeping you together, isn't working anymore. And speaking not working anymore, Mike Pence received 1% in humiliating CPAC presidential straw poll against Trump's 55%. I was pretty sure this was going to happen. Pence is done. Nobody's going to vote for you, Pence. You had your moment. You could have been the hero of the day. You could have been a hero. Instead, you chose to wimp out. You could have stood up there and said, "I'm going to support Trump, regardless of the consequences." Yeah, and you would have gotten blasted pretty bad for it. But to the base, you would have been a hero. And now you're just another guy that they're not going to vote for. Biden to allow migrant families separated under Trump to reunite in the U.S., according to Politico. How's this going to work? It's not going to work, okay? Biden doesn't care about any of these people. He just wants to make, the opposite, whatever the opposite of Trump, he tries to do. So the idea that he could make this happen, he said, they're saying he allows it. What does that mean? What does that mean exactly? The Biden administration's task force to reunite families separated at the border under former President Donald Trump will allow those families to reunite and settle in the United States. Okay, so more Democratic voters, in other words? Is that the plan? Is this how you're going to try to win everything? Well, I hate to tell you, but I think my theory is sound, and I said it on the Lotus Eaters as part of my question. I think you're really just creating future Republicans because you guys aren't for the working man no more. Laura Loomer runs again for Trump's congressional seat. I don't even know if I can show her on YouTube because she's been banned from everything on social media. But good luck. Hope you get it. Um, oh, excuse me. So, you know, hopefully you can unseat the incumbent, Lois Frankel. Is she a Democrat or a Republican? I'm not sure. But I know Laura Loomer's a Republican. she's very Trumpy. Very Trumpy. Trump endorses primary challenger of Republican who voted to impeach, of course. Says incumbent does not represent the people's interest or their heart. Of course. This is what's going to happen, rhinos. You're all going to be primaried. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah, you may have gotten Trump out of the White House, but you can't get Trump out of the Republican Party ever. Ever. Currently, Representative Anthony Gonzalez should not be representing the people of the 16th District because he does not represent their best interests or their heart, Trump said in a statement. Max Miller has my complete and total endorsement. Miller, 32, worked on Trump's 2016 presidential campaign before joining his administration. He served as Trump's deputy campaign manager for presidential operations during his unsuccessful re-election bid. I'm running for Congress to stand up for Northeast Ohioans, Miller wrote on Twitter. Their congressman betrayed them when he voted to impeach Donald Trump. Yes, he did. House passes $1.9 trillion pandemic bill on near party line vote. This is Breitbart from the AP. House approved $1 trillion pandemic relief bill as an early win Saturday for Joe Biden, even as top Democrats tried assuring agitated progressives that they'd revive their derailed drive to boost minimum wage. Wow, that was a close vote. 219 to 212. Very close. But so what? I mean, this is a dumb idea. It's borrowing too much money that we're going to have to repay, and most of it's not going to us. Do the math. So, yeah, some people are going to get $1,400 checks, but a lot of it's just going to businesses just to keep them propped up. So I can't wait to hear the breakdown of how much money we wasted on this, because that's what the Democrats are famous for. And speaking of being famous, teachers union boss who led school closures caught dropping daughter off at private school. See, the teachers unions don't want to go back to work because they have to get paid anyway for not working. And some of them are genuinely petrified to go back to work because they think they're going to get the beer virus and die. The truth is, if you go to a school, it's rife with germs. There are always kids, and they're always getting sick, and you're always getting sick, and teachers were constantly sick. And that's how I worked as a substitute teacher. People would get the flu, and then boom, I'd be called in. But this can't work. It can't work. And the optics on this is, I can't tell you how bad it is. This is the head of the teachers union, and he's sending his kid to a private school. His union members mostly work in public schools, but his kid gets to go to a private school while your kid has to stay at home. So he's keeping the schools closed, helping to keep them closed, while his kid gets a normal education in life. You see how that works? It's okay when they do it. I wonder which party he belongs to. DeSantis places first in new poll, confirms surge in the top tier of potential GOP contenders for 2024. Yep. If Trump doesn't run, I hope, he would probably be next on the list. You got him, you got Rand Paul, you got real contenders now on the right. Guys who are talking a great game, talking about reining in big tech, talking about unlocking the whole damn country. And, whether Trump runs or not, as long as Trump's on board, I think most of his people will be on board too. And finally, YouTube suspends Rudy Giuliani over election integrity policy and nicotine use again. So, if you want to watch Common Sense with Rudy Giuliani, you'll have to go to Rumble or BitChute. So, YouTube's falling apart, man. YouTube ain't going to be around much longer, especially for political stuff. They're just going to yeet everybody. And it's going to be everybody on the right or anybody sounding right-leaning, and it's just going to be left with a left-wing echo chamber, and they will get worse and worse, and then they'll start to yeet them, but it'll be too late. It'll be way too late. And then they'll be causing consternation within their own ranks. Then suddenly, everybody at YouTube and Google will, freedom of speech! So you don't care about freedom of speech when it's those bad Republicans. They don't deserve it. Only lefties do. And then when left-leaning people get yeeted, it'll be like, what? I never saw this coming. But definitely you should watch Rudy's channel. It's pretty funny. I mean, it's not meant to be funny, but he talks about the various issues that you can't talk about on YouTube, really. Thus, the suspension. But he also does his own commercials, which undermines his message a bit, but they are pretty funny. And the nicotine use is because he does a cigar store commercial right in the middle of everything. I don't know. Suddenly YouTube has a problem. Anyhow, that's news tidbits for today. I'm all newsed out. Let's check out some movies in the next videos.